Hello, everyone, and welcome to Narain's Life with MS. This is Narain, and it's time for Truthful Tuesday. And before I start, I do want to say that something happened earlier today, and I do want to talk about that as well. But there are so many other truths to get through that whatever happened today might need to wait a little bit. And not only that, but it is something that happens, but I want to say maybe twice a decade. So you know and at least I think it is twice a decade, but in my 30s this is the second time it's happened. So you be the judge of that. But before that, of course, let's start off with Truthful Tuesdays. And today's Truthful Tuesday, the one thing that I do want to talk about is, you know, posture and gait. And it ends up being something that does end up becoming worse and worse over time, and that just ends up happening as a result of your body just wanting to kind of turn into a cocoon over time. And it is something that I tend to you know deal with a lot. I do wear um, you know when I realize it, or when I remember it, I do tend to wear a posture corrector. I'm even buying certain clothes that might actually allow me to um, correct my posture. But the one thing that does end up happening is that, as much as people tell you to, you know, um, walk straight, right, with your head held high and your shoulders back, um, MS kind of almost tries to kind of turn you, hunt you over, just because there is you end up getting a little tired just standing up straight, standing up tall. And because one of the things that ends up happening is that your posture doesn't really work out, because you're just trying not to fall with the next gait, or with the next step. um, a lot of times you end up looking a little bit you end up looking a little bit like you're welcoming people to Castle Frankenstein. And if you're wondering where that came from, that's from 30 Rock. um, it's an amazing show. But of course, so I do definitely realize, I do definitely know that I do have a hunchback, that I do hunch over when I am sitting down. And a lot of times what ends up happening is um, I will prefer to kind of lean forward as I sit, but then right now I am trying very hard to keep myself a little relaxed. And as a result, you're not seeing my shoulders up and all of that. I'm trying to keep myself a little calmer. And if you could tell, um, I'm in a new chair, so that might also be the reason why I'm acting a little more relaxed. But essentially, that is one thing that you should watch out for, and try as hard as possible to do certain things that do end up stretching your body out. I mean, one of the best things that does end up happening, and I hope you're not um, you're not skimping out on it or shorting it, is of course to sleep, because sleep really allows you to um, completely stretch out, right? It ends up allowing you to um, pretty much open up your entire spinal cord, and it allows you to calm down. And of course, one thing that you should also aim in doing, and I'll be sure to do this as well before I go to sleep, is to just, in a lying down position, just stretch out everything that you can, because um, chances are, regardless of whether you have MS or not, um, if you are in more of a sedentary lifestyle, where you're working at a computer, you're working at a laptop, and you're ending up bending forward, um, chances are there is going to be a little bit of pent up tension in your shoulders, in your back, and a lot of times what ends up happening is that is one of the reasons for backache of a lot of kinds, right? Especially the lower back pain. Now, I've been thankful enough that I haven't experienced lower back pain for a very long time, but there are certain times when you know if I do end up walking a little bit, just because of my posture while walking, I do end up noticing a little bit of tightening in my lower back. So one thing that I have to be watchful for, and this might be something that you should also maybe pay attention to about your body, is to just ensure that as much as possible you are trying to um, keep your posture up straight. If it's not happening while you're standing, do try to make it happen while you're sitting. And of course, when you're lying down, definitely do give yourself a stretch, so that you're able to pretty much relax your entire body and pretty much stretch out any of the any of the um, you know any of the tensed joints that might be there in your body. So, with that said, this was Tuesday. This has been Nareen's Life with MS. I am Nareen. Of course, here's wishing you a good night. And before I wish you anything further, do share your thoughts, do share your insights, do share your own experiences about what you do to ensure that your posture remains as good as possible, how you end up, and also do share what you end up doing to really stretch your body out. I mean, there are 101 ways to do it. I do remember when I was able to do it, I would love doing yoga just for the um, for the benefit of being able to stretch my entire body out from head to toe. And that can pretty much happen in every single asana that you actually do while you're conducting yoga, because you're able to really experience that sensation of stretching, all the way from the tip of your fingers all the way to the tip of your toes, to the top of your scalp, to the extremities of your body. So if you're able to do it, definitely do try yoga, do try doing things that will allow your body to actually experience that relaxation and really stretch itself out, so that so that any pain, any stiffness that you do have in your body does not um, does not become a chronic pain in the future. So that has been finally a Truthful Tuesdays with me, Nareen, on Nareen's Life with MS. And here's wishing you a good night, sweet dreams, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.